Oh no!
When the celestial FBI shows up, and they're like, "Okay, who's responsible for all this?" And everybody scatters, and Azrael's just still sitting there. They're like, "Well, did you sign the contract? Is this your name on the paper?" "Oh, I guess so."
Wait,
Cabela does have that angel feather, most technically.
Do not give me an excuse to add Skulder and Mully to the combos game, because I
can't put the ATF in Arctis.
There's a potential. There's a potential for Wangdoodle to end up going full King of the Hill, depending upon how the slow can be used, and effectively make it propane.
Slow pain and slow pain accessory.
Oh my god.
We only
This will get the magic flow, and I tell you what.
But Wangdoodle, what if they want their steaks well done?
We asked them firmly but politely to leave. I'm sorry. Wait, no. Hang on. I miss Monty, but that was the wrong voice. Hang on.
I like this as like the alter ego Wangdoodle, just like Kozlo has his debonair Southern gentleman alter ego.
He was definitely channeling Monty from Arctis Reflection for a second there.
Yeah, there was definitely some Monty going on there, and I'm like, no. Monty summons hordes of crows.
And fails shillelagh rolls. Constantly.
And Infest. Infest never works.
I don't think Infest landed a single time in that entire campaign.
No, Constitution checks are stupid.
Also, like 80% of the monster manual is just like straight up immune or resistant to poison.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But
the
it's okay.
real reason
Circle the
DMs never
photo.
want their assassin players to play with the poison rules. 1, they suck, and 2, literally they just simply will not work ever.
Well, welcome back, everybody, and thank you, dear, for the raid. We are about to get started. We've got everybody here at the moment as I'm knocking on my IKEA table because I don't have wood, just plywood, but we'll go with it. As we
chat, knock on every wood surface you got.
Please, we beg you, do not let Wangdoodle's job call him into work today. We have shit to do.
Can we see the dongers in chat? We need the dongers in chat.
In my defense, with my work schedule, converting me into a space whale is honestly the best move we can do.
I'm not gonna lose another player and turn them into a vehicle.
Listen, I don't like this any more than you, but at least I understand that there's a good solution in the meantime.
Don't make me do it. Don't make me push the whale button. It's just a giant red button marked whale.
Nothing happens with it. You just hear something in the speakers go, whale.
Whale. I will fucking do it.
By the way, chat, if you do react, you become expressly prohibitively partake to any crimes that may appear tonight or later in the future in perpetuity, and we can blame you and use you as a scapegoat.
Damn, he's making a contract for chat.
I'm falling! You're falling!
We're falling! Oh,
That's some Deadpool, like, third wall break. That's pretty good.
Well, everybody, we have finally made it to the Great Ice Library, a culmination of 5 seasons of various lengths of D&D.
Sorry, I left the stove on back in Maginox. Can we go back?
No! There's no going back. Although when you, if you do make it back to Maginox, maybe the vendors will have something different on them today.
Maybe.
Maybe. Strong maybe. Until then, we have to deal with the Whales of the Damned. W-H-A-L-E. Man, that should have been the title of the episode. Fuck. Alright. Anyway. You all finally made it. Gathered the pigments, mostly thanks to the Arctis Ascended crew. Painted the painting that will get you to the Great Ice Library. And entering, you have found yourself in midst of a snowstorm, a grand, expansive library ahead of you, although the area around you is almost pitch black. You can still see bits of light coming from the random braziers that are to your left and your right as you stand on the bridge, the precipice of the entrance of the Great Ice Library. Once a place for arcane knowledge for people to gather and to learn both, we'll say, good magic and magic used for ill, until it was violently and suddenly taken away by a impromptu ascendant. Now inside, once you reach the final chambers of Arctis's mind, you will be able to ask one burning question. A question that Arctis will answer to the best of his ability. Whether that is to stop the slow, or in Kozlo's case, how do baby form? We will find that out. You can ask anything you want. What's the number for Domino's Pizza? Sure, that could be your one question. Absolutely.
Am I Purgante?
Am I Purgante? Also valid. But we'll see what your burning questions are, and you don't have to tell me. I think that's even better. For Rain, the altruistic one, it might be how to stop the slow. Save Arctis from a slow and painful death by the unraveling of the magics that keep it afloat. For Wangdoodle, it might be how to properly weaponize the slow safely and use it against your enemy. I won't ask you your specific questions, but I'll let you chew on them for a little bit. For now, we're going to go right into it. Back to the entrance of the Great Ice Library. One moment, please. Can Whale Doodle be an emote? Yes, I should make a Whale Doodle. It's 100% going to be a thing. I'm going to write that down. As all of you leave the warmth of the inside of House Lunesti, you are thrust into the cold dark of Great Ice Library. Across the great expansive bridge that you find yourself currently on, colorful braziers are lit with eternal fire, lighting only the way forward. In the darkness of Arctis's mind lies in the periphery. Behind you, a blue portal swirls, filled with darkness. It does not promise an exit, merely a reminder how far you have come. You will not be able to exit the way you have entered, and hopefully, you will find a way back home within the Great Ice Library. Shrouded in shadow, a bit ahead of you, across the expansive bridge, there is a well, and an eerie purple light is emanating from it. The rest of the surrounding area is still shrouded in darkness, as you are too far away. But perhaps if you muster up the strength to walk closer, you will discover multiple secrets in this forbidden area. Wangdoodle, Grabella, Swab, Rain, and Kozlo. Whatever your burning questions may be, they may have to wait. As first, you must find your way inside. Let us begin. The snow falls softly around you, and Rain, you almost feel a burden being lifted off your shoulders as you thought perhaps you would never make it this far. And now that you're in the Great Ice Library, you can only hear the sounds of the winter winds whooshing through your ears. And as you are a bit unprepared for the sudden cold, the freezer-like cold of the area, some of you huddle and shiver within your jackets. Why did my music stop? Play it again, Sam.
Dramatic effect.
Absolutely dramatic.
DJ,
DJ, spin that.
You all look at each other as you stand upon this bridge. The only way now is forward.
Well, it looks like the only way is forward now.
I never thought I'd actually see this place.
Well, you only knew about this place for like 3 weeks, Wangdoodle, so...
Yeah, but that was a very long 3 weeks. I mean, come on. And it feels like yesterday you first told me about it.
It was yesterday, Wangdoodle.
Oh, well, that explains the feeling.
Yay, D&D time. Pew pew.
The pennants that flap to your east and the west merely display stars upon a blue background. There are no sigils that adorn the banners that are flapping in the wind. It's merely a reminder of the astral space you currently find yourselves in.
Are the starscapes the same on each of the pennants, or are they like different views of different stars?
They're all the same. Each star, each pinpoint of light, meticulously embroidered into the banners, are all in the same places. You make a note of this.
Are they constellations or anything that I can recognize? Like where this night sky might be from?
Yeah, make me an Arcana check.
Ooh, that was laggy.
They are indeed showing constellation. Rain with a 13, however, you're not super familiar with the names or where they exactly are in the sky, but you do remember looking up at the expanse of darkness very often within the city of Eternal Night, Maginox, and seeing the same pattern of stars hanging overhead. You've never really bothered to ask much about astronomy. So, you only recognize them as being the same stars that hang in the night sky, but their symbology is lost on you.
Would my character maybe know anything about them from always being at sea at night and like looking up at the stars?
Ooh, I will give you an Arcana check with advantage, Swab. Not too much better than Rain. You do know which star is considered the true North Star, and that is listed here on each of the pennants. The true North Star does find itself kind of the center top of each of the banners. So with the rest of it, you can kind of divine at least a direction of where these are telling you to go.
Spend more time on deck, but I was throwing up.
Yes, most of
I'm
your...
looking at the water than the sky.
Yeah. You can definitely, if this is a map to somewhere within the astral, you might be able to find it. Rain, as you walk up the small flight of stairs to a small plaza surrounded by trees, a large and very deep well can be found in the center of this plaza. It has tiers that go ever downwards, and within the water, as it is about halfway full, the very bottom of the well's basin, a swirling portal can be seen. It does not seem to disturb the water, but the portal swirls into eternal darkness. You do not know where it goes. In addition, as you get closer and look at the eerie lighting coming from this whale. Why? Stop saying whale!
When there's a whale, there's a way.
Well.
There are 2 park benches in this area, one to the northwest and one to the northeast, and 2 curious-looking fox creatures can be seen reading books. As they sit on the bench with their small, furry feet dangling off of it, they are surrounded by books scattered across the ground. The books do not seem to be accumulating any sort of snow, nor are they damaged by the inclement weather. But the foxes do not seem to be disturbed by the snow, as they are fully engrossed in what they are reading. Rain, you recognize these foxes.
I was about to ask.
You remember them from the Moon Sage's sanctum in the final areas of the library, right before you encountered Vanix, or the essence of Vanix, excuse me. Somnisus, in fact. The skeletal, malformed dragon that was implanted in the space between stars, a hiding spot in which to potentially grow and infect Arctis. But these foxes, although you are aware they are fiendish in nature, seemed only engrossed in the accumulation of knowledge. And though they did allow you passage after some exchanging of information. They are fully engrossed in their books and do not look up as your feet crunch across the snow as you approach. One of them licks a furry clawed paw and turns the page.
I have no vision past this point right here. I don't know. I can see the well, but I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to see it here or not.
It's dark. You cannot see anything unless it is already lit. You do not have dark vision. Unless you have a light source, you cannot see the Arcanaloths.
I do. Candle.
Oh, you light your candle? All right. Bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light for an additional 5 feet. All right, let's get that set up.
Oh God, no more candles.
That's, now mind you, not a lot of light. But you hold up the candle, at the very least. Let me give you.
Ah!
Oh my god, did I set it to negative light again?
That's an evil candle.
That's not how candles are supposed to work.
Ah!
For the low price of candles in hell, you too can have a candle to walk around hell with. It works the exact opposite as a regular candle. It'll go great in your timeshare by the Lake of Fire.
Have you ever had a day where you're like, I have too much light. I need to remove some.
Wait, did that just do the opposite and make Swab invisible?
Yeah. I see less now.
Even rain is plunged in darkness.
Yeah, there's a weird, dark orb that I can't see through.
That is so
The
weird.
library
Okay,
is
hold on.
cursed. Wang Doodle's gonna go back to her. It's gonna go back.
I've gone from seeing everything to seeing nothing as well.
Have we ever considered getting Swab new eyeballs? Is that a thing we can do? Rain glances in the direction that she assumes the artificers are in, or at least they were last before everything went dark.
Can we do it? Yeah, we can.
Do you have my brand?
My brand!
The better question we have is
Perhaps some kind of ocular surgery with the use of laser beams.
well, do you want the laser beams to go into the eye or come out of the eye? Because, those are 2 different options.
Why not both?
Neither one of you artificers are putting laser beams anywhere near my eyes.
Well, it's not like they can make it any worse, Swab. You already can't see half the time anyway.
Candle? So kind of tucks it to the side and turns like.
You let me put death traps on your feet without asking questions. I don't know why you'd be worried about what I put near your eyes.
My feet and my eyes are very different.
All right.
I mean,
You have
functionally,
some
yeah.
small candlelight that I will move with your token. Grabella, I see that you can see within a radius. Is it just everything literally dark around you, or?
It's grayscale now.
Oh, that's
It's
dark
fine.
vision. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
You fixed it, yeah.
Yeah, you fixed it. It was
inside the
just
thing.
broken for a little bit.
It was because she was inside the weird blob of no one can see anything.
Gotcha.
In Arctis, candle take you.
Try to save my moving to only when needed.
Oh, you're fine.
Is this some kind of a tomb or memorial or plaque or something back here?
It is. Rain, though it is covered in snow, you may have to brush it off to get a better look.
I will do that.
The plaque reads, here lies King Lokari Polaris, savior of Polaris, dedicated Maginox, ascended.
Oh. This seems to be the mortal resting place of King Lokari Polaris. It notes that he ascended. So, right, so this is like post him ascending?
Could be. It is curious. You do not know if he has perished post-ascension, or perhaps this was where his mortal body was kept. You do know Lokari Polaris was reborn, presumably back in his own body, but it does lead to some questions. Was this after he ascended? Did he perish in protecting Arctis from some external threat? Does not say. One of the Arcanaloths clear their throat.
Oh, now you want to talk about something.
They both look up, their bespectacled snouts both pointed at Rain. I dare say, by the moon and stars. Is that? Yes, I think it is. A familiar face. Rain Silversong. Yes, I remember. I too remember. Do not take full credit for remembering, Voltrix. I shall not, Voltrix. I shall write this down. This is noteworthy. You see him pull out a quill and flip through some pages in the book and make a footnote.
Yeah, so everybody, these well, I wouldn't call them friends, but certainly acquaintances. Valtrix and Voltrix, they're reasonably harmless as long as you don't try to take any of their knowledge without due exchange.
Yes, we always believe in the exchange of information makes the world go round. Yes, and the world is round. You thought it was flat at one point. Now you're an idiot, Voltrix. I've never thought it was flat. Perhaps even cubic, or perhaps even having multiple sides. You know, like some sort of strange polygon. You thought it was flat, don't lie.
Well, if it's not flat, but it's still polygonal, that'd be a polyhedral, I believe, Voltrix.
Ah, yes. See, you should have your book and some more astronomy books rather than these, delightfully tasty novels. Yes, but those books are so boring. I'll get to them eventually. Why, I was just finishing this chapter on, this young man named Chadamus. And Chadamus just proposed to his fiancée. Why do I care about someone named Chadamus? I don't know, it's a ridiculous name. I find him and his life quite entertaining, in fact. I shall search for all the books that also are connected to this fine, young, and perhaps even boring hero. I've got a few chapters left. I don't think he dies until at least he flips through the book. Chapter 13.
It's Chadamus Bridgerton. Chadamus Bridgerton. Yeah, actually all the books are about a different sibling and how they find love. It's actually quite riveting.
He shuts the book with a snap. Well, now you've gone and spoiled a little bit. I'm going to have to find going to have to find another novel or perhaps another person to follow. He lets out a long and lengthy sigh and puts down his book.
Are his books all like works of fiction, or would these actually be like books of like scholarly information?
There are a bunch of books on the ground. Do you pick one up?
Yeah, I want to pick up this one right in front of me here.
This book on the front is rather plain bound, and on the side, the spine of the book, it says Felicia Starway. You flip through it.
Yep.
The first chapter details, well, in great detail, the birth of Felicia Starway. She was a young elf, born to a noble house. And it goes on, honestly, detailing literally every passing day of this young elven woman. We're talking day 1 of being a baby, day 2 of being a baby.
Yes, he's not going to put this one down. He doesn't need to see more of that.
Day 2, today I cried. Then I pooped myself. I cried again because I was hungry. Then pooped myself again.
Do you have any books about maybe like the elements and controlling them?
They both look up and adjust their spectacles at the same time. Well, yes, there are many books about the elements within the Great Ice Library. You'll find, well, many things. I do hope you know your decimal system. Yes, or else you're never going to find anything within the walls. We were just indulging in some light dramatic works. Yes, what do they call these? Non-fiction. Yes, the detailed lives of, well, he scratches his nose awkwardly. Well, some random on Arctis. Some of them, their lives more interesting than others. Yes, and catalogued in great detail. Sometimes we like to start at the beginning, but we find that most of the books, at least about elves and humankind, for the first 136 chapters, are usually all about crying, and screaming, and defecating, and, well, being helpless. They're all the same in that regard. Yes, childhood must be very traumatic for young beings upon Arctis. It's very strange. Yes, why can't you just be born fully formed? So we tend to find well, of course. Voltrix and myself. Well, we were created by something greater than us, but why would we want to go through all that hullabaloo of being weak for, well, it really depends. For humans, they tend to find themselves somewhere between 12 and 14 years old. Yes, while the elves take quite a bit longer. They do not get to the point as quickly as humankind. Yes, you'll find the novels scattered around here. Well, a couple of elves thrown in.
Perhaps the greater being that created you thought when they created them as well, they would make it a different process.
Well, that certainly is true. I could see us being at least more creatively efficient in this, whatever this growing up process is, but honestly, it just seems rather annoying. Yes, truly annoying. But
so
yes,
just gonna like shrug and like look around at the other books.
These are all non-fiction, all actual, real people, persons that have existed upon Arctis. Every detail of their lives written down in meticulous detail. Yes, every breath, every thought, every piece of information about them listed, categorized, and filed away neatly for all time. Yes. Like we said, some of them are very interesting, and some of them end too soon. It's always tragic when the child perishes. Truly tragic. Why would they allow them to be born this way? They should be born fully formed.
What if that child grew up to be a bad person?
Well, some of them do, and that makes for fine reading. But Valtric, that depends on your definition of bad. Are they bad because they have stolen something just to survive? Are they bad because they have slain an animal just to consume it? Well, every living being requires something different to survive. But yes, but some of them make choices that are clearly crueler than others. Why do they do this? Yes, why do they do this, Rain?
I'm sorry, what? What?
They're asking philosophical, ethical questions, like, if a person steals just to steal, are they just as bad as a person who steals to feed their family?
Well put.
Oh.
Yes, well put.
Wang Doodle leaves the conversation after hearing that this is an ethical discussion.
I was distracted by the swirling vortex of magical energy over here.
Oh, that. No, yes, just a small portal. Yes, a small portal.
You're doing, or was it here when you got here?
Oh, no, it's not our doing. We merely traversed across it. Yes, this is how we got here, but we just follow in the wings. We have a nose for knowledge. Yes, a very sharp nose. And we knew when we sniffed this portal, yes, gave it a good sniffing, that it would go somewhere absolutely delightful. And, yeah.
This looks vaguely familiar to the one I found you all standing next to last time. Some kind of nightmare portal.
Ah, indeed. But what is a nightmare? But an amalgamation of negative thoughts? Yes. And what is the Ice Library but an amalgamation of all thoughts? Very similar smells. I'm surprised. What? Your nose didn't bring you here, Rain? You clearly have a nose for knowledge. Yes, why don't you sit in the snow for a time and read some books? We can share our favorite tales.
I may have a nose for knowledge, but I'm afraid I don't have your warm, fuzzy fur coats.
Ah, another downside of being flesh and blood. Yes, have you considered forsaking all of that for, say, something different? Something that is not so, I don't know, temporary?
Funny you should mention that, actually. Rain just moves on.
Well, at the very least, please, Rain, delight us in telling us who your new friends are. Yes, and what happened to your old ones. Yes.
What information are you going to give me in exchange?
Oh, they begin to put their books down and rub their hands together. What information
By my count, that's 4 names.
It is
Surely
4
that's
names.
worth 4 tidbits of information maybe about this place.
They lick their lips. Indeed. We no longer can get knowledge for free by conversational style. She's on to us. She's always been smart, Valtrix. Very well. 4 pieces of information for 4 names. The portal that you see there, he points at the well, did indeed come from the 9 hells. They have found a weakened spot in which to bore into the Great Ice Library. Yes, and to gather the information that they need in order to continue their conquest. Yes, we merely just absconded, sniffed it out. But we are not here for the pillaging of information, just the acquisition, for the sake of knowledge. Yes. Is
Very
that
well.
sufficient?
Rain will gesture to see Swab. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Swab will approach a little bit, take a step forward, give a nice salute, half bow. Swab, I'm the numbers guy. Like side eyes, like looks around, like, yeah, I'm the numbers guy.
Numbers? Yes, so do you create the numbers? Yes, do you make them yourself?
Swab's gonna kind of like glance back at Rain, like, oh, it's like this, huh?
Do you conjure them? Or do you merely process them in your head and then regurgitate them? Yes, like an abacus. Yes, an abacus.
Yes, like an abacus. I do the numbers in my head, and I make sure that when we are negotiating numbers of goods to exchange with other parties, that the numbers work out in our favor more than their favor.
Ah, yes, I see. A fellow intellectual. Yes, but he only crunches the numbers. Does he crunch the words? What did you say? Crunching? What does crunch the numbers mean? Do you consume them? No, you idiot. It means to process them, generally in some fixed order, in order to get to a result. Yes, but why are they crunchy? The foxes will continue talking back and forth like until they are stopped. Forgive us.
I believe it's your turn again.
Yes. Let's see. We talked about the portal from the 9 hells. Yes. You can see that it's still open. I do not recommend jumping into it. The journey is quite, would you say, rough. Long. Gut-wrenching. Will probably put you in a place where you will never escape from. Yes.
I vaguely recall similar warnings the last time that you warned us about a portal.
Well...
That we jumped in anyway.
You did, and you came out alive. Did our warnings hold merit? Was there great danger beyond?
It was nothing we couldn't handle.
Oh.
But I'm sorry, I interrupted. You were saying I'm going to divulge more information about this place.
Yes. The minions of Tiamat are, searching for every point of egress they possibly can in order to reach Arctis. And it's not simply limited to the material plane. No. In fact, Arctis touches any planes, as you are most likely aware of if you know some cosmology of Arctis, as this may be, consider you'll find yourself here. Arctis himself touches a significant number of planes in order to funnel and diverge and dilute the magics of the various planes he touches in order to create a fully functioning society. Yes, Arctis utilizes great trees and roots growing upon his back in order to facilitate the magic through the planes. Yes, and Arctis himself, distributes this extraplanar magic into a form which you mortals can digest. Yes. You do have the sulfuric type smell of the plane of fire on you, so I assume you are aware of some of these circulating planes. Yes. It's like burning smell.
We do have some familiarity, we do.
He keeps sniffing. It is awfully strong in this direction. He looks over at Grabella. Faltrix looks over at Grabella. Strange, very strong burning smell. Like barbecue.
I'm a dragon.
They glance at each other, and you actually see their ears fold down in like mild worry. Oh dear. But please, Madam Dragon, we do not wish for any sort of battling. Yes, we do not like fire, and it's not very good for the books. Yes, think of the books.
Yeah, what's in your books of fire? Don't worry.
Ah, thank goodness. Well, yes, we were saying about the world trees. Yes, and how the world trees' roots pierce the planes and allow Arctis to access multiple forms of magic. Yes, fire, earth, air, water, astral, and other planes, ethereal even. Realms of the spirits. The 9 hells as well. Yes, well, some roots grow deeper than others. Some only touching it, barely skimming it. There are those that wish to grow these roots deeper into the 9 hells, strengthening the connection between Arctis and that plane. Oh, but before we get into more information, we require another name. Yes? Another name.
You've already kind of started your introduction, I feel like. Would you like to continue as Rain gestures to Grabella?
Yeah, I am Grabella.
Grabella?
Yeah.
Grabella. Vultrix looks through some of the books, muttering your name. Hello. Flipping through. I've seen your name before in one of these books.
Yeah, I'm a reborn too.
Reborn, yes! Yes! I do remember there was a very interesting passage. In fact, a chapter on you, Grabella. In multiple books, in fact. Yes, but those are still, inside the Ice Library. It seemed like some of the others who came through this portal were more interested in us, and we were not interested in fighting for it. You've lived a very... You've existed a very interesting life, or lives. Yes, many of them. And tell me, how goes this chapter?
Okay, I guess.
Well, you are here, hail, whole, and not breathing, so I suppose you are what we would consider to be fine. Is she fine? Rain, is she fine?
She seems more than fine to me, yes.
Oh, very good. It's always a delight to see your name pop up randomly in some of these books. Yes, very interesting character. Something different every time. Yes, something different. Sometimes tragic, sometimes heroic. Very interesting. This time you've decided to become a dragon. I dare say we have not seen this version of Grabella. No, dare say this is quite new. Tell me, are you a fully formed dragon?
Not quite yet.
Well, I am looking forward to reading all about your adventures in how to become a dragon. That could be useful. Yes, very useful indeed.
Eat a dragon heart that was in a magical cauldron.
You see both of them pick up quills immediately and start writing this down.
This is gross.
Scribble, scribble, scribble.
What? Sorry.
Yes, what kind of cauldron? Yes. What type of magic?
Typically, they operate on an exchange of information, Grabella.
Right.
So be
You're gonna
careful
have to give
volunteering
more
things.
to get more, buddy. I don't know how to do this, I'm sorry.
No, it's quite all right. It was jarring the first time I encountered them myself.
What a fascinating tidbit of information. A cauldron. Dragonheart. What have we read about cauldrons? Magical foci, yes, commonly used by those that innately practice magic. Witches, fae. Able to stir in multiple things and create interesting results. Cauldrons have been forged all across time, mainly as a focus for magics. We find this fascinating that a dragon heart has been boiled inside of one. Yes, like fondue. No, that's cheese, idiot.
It did not taste like fondue.
Well, you could have fondue in multiple ways. Cheese, oil, you could even boil them. No one eats poached fondue. Have you ever tried putting a strawberry in boiling water? Well, is that fondue? No, it's not fondue, it's called blanching. The foxes will continue bantering like this until they are stopped.
I appreciate your...
Swab would take a second to look around at some of the books to see if anything would be about something he'd be interested in, whether it be the elements or shipping or boats.
These books all around here are various chapters of human lives. Most of them end up being romance novels, or at least the romantic parts of humans' lives that have been documented in extraordinary detail.
Caesar's just Brain, they're reading smut.
Well, they're literally reading people's lives, Swab. I vaguely recall this from one description of the Ice Library. Literally, this is how people's memories are stored. It's stored in volumes and volumes.
Yeah,
of
that's
books.
correct. They're only reading the gross parts.
What? These are clearly the best parts of humanity.
You mean the smutty parts?
But no, the passionate parts. The parts that make humans human. Yes, the parts that make mortals tick, that give them purpose and drive. Yes, we only understand the purpose and drive of accumulating and absorbing knowledge. But humans and mortals they're driven by multiple things, whether it's a drive to hate, to destroy, to love, to feel. Well, we're just in our smut era. Yes, the smut era. We're learning about human passion. Well, not just human passion, mortal passion. Elves, humans, orcs, dragons. Everything seems to experience this passion, this love. Yes,
You're having your monster girl moments.
Oh, yes, we read a very interesting one about a Medusa who fell in love with the stony creation that she had created. But it was tragic.
Yeah, I believe we're on your turn to exchange information, though. As much as I would love to hear that story. Maybe
yes.
later.
Wasn't
You don't want to hear about the Medusa
titled,
smut?
Between a Rock and a Hard Place? From what I heard, anyway. You know,
Oh my
rumors.
god.
Yes.
Focus!
Yes. Pertinent information. Yes. There is one small branch of the world tree that does connect, in fact, directly here into Arctis's mind. Yes, you can find it, actually, a short jaunt to the north. Yes, but, beware, there happen to be some shadow fae there. They have been chanting non-stop since they've gotten here, at the behest of one called Vanix. Yes, Vanix. I do believe you remember who Vanix is, Rain?
Yes, thank you for the reminder.
Yes, a demon lord of nightmare. Burrowing his way into Arctis's mind, honestly, is quite befitting. Yes, I do not think any other demon could have possibly found a point of egress into Arctis's mind as cleanly as Vanix does. A nightmare does creep in when you are at your weakest. Yes, and Vanix has done just that, bringing in a coterie of shadow fae in order to sing the world tree. Excuse me. To resonate with the roots in order to facilitate their growth between Arctis's mind and the Nine Hells. Yes, Vanix wishes to curry favor with his mistress. Yes, the Dragon Lord, Tiamat herself. Yes. And if Vanix, the Lord of Nightmares, can finally, find his way into Arctis's mind in perpetuity, even Tiamat could potentially find her way here. But the roots are not yet grown, and the Shadow Fae continue their chant. it turns out regrowing world tree roots is, not exactly a science.
Fascinating. But you would say that this world tree route, it goes to wherever Vanix might be, if he's planning on using it to traverse.
Oh, well, Vanix is currently trying to explore the innards of the Great Ice Library, but he's left some of his most powerful minions and generals in his wake in order to ensure that he is not disturbed. Yes,
Oh, I'm sorry,
but not
he's
us.
already here.
Oh, yes, of course. He has come and wormed his way through this portal. He is merely seeking a place where he can permanently make home within Arctis's mind. Yes, all of this castle, this library, as you will, is a repository. But Vanix has no desire to sit and pen a book about how he has wormed his way in. No, he is looking for a different point of egress.
He's looking for a foothold.
Indeed. Indeed.
All right.
As Kozlo walks up, the Arcanaloth's turn. I have not seen this young man in your purview before, Rain. Do you mind introducing us with his name? Yes, his true name.
I will allow him to introduce himself by the name that he so chooses.
Very well. Hello, small green goblin. I am the Arcanaloth Vultrix, and I am the Arcanaloth Faltrix. A pleasure.
Wait, which one of you is which?
Faltrix on the right raises his hand. I am Faltrix. And I, by process of elimination, am Vultrix.
Basil just kind of looks back and forth between them for a minute.
Can't you look at them both at the same time with how big your eyes are?
Yeah.
Kozlo Greenfinger at your service.
A fine name, yes. Kozlo Greenfinger, yes. And what are you to Rain? Yes, Rain seems to find herself in numerous demon-adjacent troubles.
Business owner, entrepreneur, explosions, cannons, problem solving.
Ah, yes. I have read in multiple of these books. He is fiddling with all the books. Goblin mating rituals? No. Goblin...
Wait, what was that last one? I need to find out if I'm pregnant.
Here. He flips open a few pages. On goblin pregnancy. While the goblin pregnancy varies from tribe to tribe, some goblins are so embodied with the essence of chaos that they can actually be formed of the muck and earth itself. Yes, if the ground is fertile enough, and the will of the goblin parents is strong, they can form children out of the muck, permanently having a connection to the land. But that is only...
Right, but how do I find out if I'm pregnant?
He keep flipping. Have you found a partner...
Do I need to pee on a stick?
They look around. Do you need a stick? There's one right over there. Yes, there's one growing right out of that mausoleum to the north. If you need to urinate upon it. But it says here that the various fluids that the goblins choose can alter and adjust the growth rate of the egg that is formed from the muck. But again, this is only for a particular tribe of goblins. They are more tied to the land than others.
Yeah, sounds like you're talking about Muckhole, and that's where I'm from.
Oh, well, fascinating. I greatly enjoy talking about a creature directly from the book I am reading. It's very immersive. Tell me, are you laden with eggs?
Kaza will like glance over at Rain, like, have they given us enough to answer this question yet?
Rain looks horribly confused and a little, honestly, horrified. I don't know how to respond to this question. Did you feel like you got enough, Coslow?
Enough eggs. Yes, and have
Enough
you fertilized
information.
them yet?
Enough information on this topic before we move on.
Very well.
I don't know, Coslow. You're the one who asked the question.
All right,
you can decide if you're satisfied.
I don't think I got any eggs.
Well, then I shall say that you are not pregnant. Congratulations.
Kaza looks a mixture of elated and disappointed.
But perhaps it is not too late for you. Yes, you could go, well, find a partner and go fertilize and grow your own egg if you wish. Yes, the pinnacle of creation, creating something in your own image. At least that's what the books say.
Well, all right. If you feel good, Coslow.
Kaza just kind of shrugs. He's still trying to decide if he's upset that he's not pregnant or happy that he's not
buddy.
Sorry, it's just kind of a lot to deal with right now.
I'm sorry to be the bearer of potentially bad news. Yes, but if you want it to
He
happen...
gets the little socks out of his bag and just looks at them for a
Oh
second.
no!
Oh, well, those are atrociously small socks. Yes, possibly too small for even your tiny feet to put on. What are those for? No, found tricks. No, they're for baby goblin, freshly hatched out of an egg. Oh, yes. But of course, look at him. He's so vivacious and full of life, even though he is balding and has very few hairs left on his head. Surely he has enough time to find a partner and fertilize an egg of his own. Yes, but there's a will, there's a way. What better sort of creation you can have than, well, creating something in your own image? Yes, I think that's what the mortals consider their version of immortality.
Sea Swab's going to be more like, of course the guys reading Smut would recommend that Cosmo needs to go get laid.
Let's be clear. They recommended that he needed to go to get his egg fertilized. That's not necessarily the same thing.
I gotta go fuck the ground.
It sounds like Malcolm goblins are closer to seahorses.
Rain, are these guys like is all information on a one-to-one basis, or would like something very useful to them be worth something a lot more useful for us?
Generally speaking, the latter, yes, but what is very interesting for them is going to vary quite a bit. You probably have gathered that they read a lot. So you'd have to have something that they have simply never heard of before. That's far more valuable than, say, something particularly salacious, if you catch my drift.
No, I get it. Hey, Trixies.
They look at each other. But that's neither of our names.
Valtrix, the Trixies. Like a nickname.
Oh, yes, I've read about nicknames. Yes, is this born of affection, or are our names merely too long? Yes, we decided to adopt two-syllable names for the ease of mortals to say. Yes, our true names tend to be long-winded and go into the genealogy of our fiendish nature.
It's a
Who would have
combination
thought
of
that?
both. It's one being that your names are too long, and two, it's an affectionate term to, like, let them know that you're talking to both of them. We're talking to both of you, but it's affectionate,
Oh, how delightful! He's showing affection. Oh yes, I've read all about Aracocra.
That kind of affection. Smut readers.
Oh.
Anyway.
But there is physical and emotional affection. Yes, in fact, the physical affection tends to vary only slightly from species to species, but the emotional affection, the connection connecting two beings that enjoy communicating with one another, varies wildly.
See, Swab, you're gonna have to keep them on topic.
Have you guys ever read a book
Yes.
that was kind of about... Yeah, I know you've read books. Give me a second. Have you ever read a book where it's like, you read it and then it turns you into something, it transforms you? You ever read or seen something like that?
Voltrix scratches his chin, while Faltrix nods. I have read some forbidden tomes before. One had a curse upon it that briefly turned me into a toad. Oh, yes, I remember your toad.
What do you mean when you say forbidden?
Well, they tend to be squirreled away by more powerful demons that do not want, well, what they would consider to be lessers to get their hands on it. Yes, transmutation magics tend to be very potent, and changing one's form is not small magic indeed.
What would the value be if I were to, say, have access to a book that could transmute you into something where you could gather more information by just sitting there quietly?
They think. What is more important, the quicker gathering information, or merely the enjoyment of gathering the information?
So actually, you could gather the information from others without exchanging information with them, because they wouldn't know that you were there gathering the information from them.
Oh, say like with some sort of invisibility spell. Yes, being an eavesdropper.
Yeah, exactly. Not invisible, but close.
Yes, but what sort of thing would we want to eavesdrop upon that we merely couldn't get by other means? Yes, books hold all of the knowledge, written and shared. And I do say I enjoy sharing information with my brother Faltrix, as I enjoy sharing information with you, my brother Faltrix.
But what if you don't know that there's information available that can only be gathered by eavesdropping?
I would be interested in knowing more. Do you have some sort of newsletter I can subscribe to?
I have even better. I have a way of doing that and showing you how to do that. But first, we would need, and he looks over at Rain, what do we need to know?
Well, they owe us one more bit of information from Langdoodle's name, of course, but, I suppose...
What's something big we need to know from these guys?
Perhaps how to shut this portal down.
Yes. Alright, in exchange for how to transmute into a way to gather information without the other party knowing you're gathering information, and in return possibly learning a new kind of information that you didn't know existed except through the means in which I just said, how do you close this portal?
But I have a question for you. How can you prove that it is information that we do not already know? Yes, we could keep you here for hundreds of years, merely reciting the things that we have learned upon our travels. And we are both, what? Up in our thousands of years. Yes, thousands of years. And what are you, Aracocra?
I am a Kenku. But okay, what if I were to show you that it worked, then in exchange for the information, I will give you the knowledge of how to do it.
If you can prove that it is knowledge that we do not have in our massive cranial capacity, then yes, I would be willing to make a bargain.
Okay, I just need both of you to see where I am standing, and then I just need you to kindly both turn around for 10 seconds.
Turn around. Yes, so... Oh, that
So you cannot see the actual transformation, but when you turn back around, you will see that I have in fact transformed.
Very well, we will play your delightful little game. I will be turning around I will be turning around. I am turned.
They're both
Yes.
turned around?
Yes, I too am turned.
Alright, so C-Swab sees that they're both turned around.
Yes.
Well, I came back as a chair.
Yes.
Do you turn?
I'm
do
so
you turn
excited.
into a chair?
Yeah, I turned into a fucking chair. That's what we're doing here.
Okay. You cannot speak in chair form, by the way.
I know. That's fine.
Are we okay to turn around? Yes. Has he completed his full transformation?
Rain looks around, again, utterly bewildered and horrified at what's transpiring. I think so. Yes.
They both turn around and they look around. Oh, where did he go? Well, in his place, Faltrix, there appears to be a device for lounging that is typically called a chair. Is that him? Is he the chair? Has he turned himself into a chair? I do believe he has. But it looks like there's no mouth part or some sort of psychic speaking ability. He's just merely a piece of furniture. I dare say I've never read about someone becoming a chair. Have you, Voltrix? I have not. But in fact, I have read about mortals turning themselves into various ferocious animals. Large lizards, dragons, even myriad copies of one another in order to fool themselves. But why would one want to come back as a chair? Indeed.
I can hear while I'm in a chair, right?
Yes, you can hear them.
Alright, so when he says, why would you want to come back as a chair? I would like to turn back into C-Swab.
Oh! They clap. Delightful! Delightful.
Why would one want to be a chair? Perhaps to gather information without the other party knowing.
Fascinating. Have you written down your secrets? Yes, have you written down?
C-Swab will show the book in his hand. Yes, I have.
A tome. A forbidden tome. But, well, I don't think it's forbidden. He's actually showing it to us, displaying it for us to view. Yes, but I haven't read that one. I do believe the spine says, he tilts his head, why I came back as a chair. Oh, that is delightful. I have not read that one. I wish to know. I also wish to know.
And I would like to know how to close the portal. Are you gonna kind of shake the book in his hand like, eh?
Well, they're practically salivating at the thought of getting their hands on this book. Yeah, well, yes, but I will say the answer may disappoint you in its simplicity. Yes, the portal is directly tied to the accumulated power of Vanix. Yes, you will have to find Vanix inside the Great Ice Library and destroy him. And if you destroy his corporeal form and send him screaming back into the Nine Hells, the portal will close with him. Yes, it is tied to him, and him only. So if you close Vanix, you will indefinitely close the portal to the Great Ice Library that connects the Hells. If you want to doubly ensure that Vanix does not return to cause nightmares within Arctis's mind, then you will also need to sever the connection between the World Tree roots and the Nine Hells. Yes, but this may have unforeseen consequences, as, well, there are certain powers that even sustain Arctis that connect the Nine Hells.
She's just gonna look back at Rain as like, is that like an acceptable answer, I guess?
But at the very least, you would sever the roots that would connect directly to Arctis's mind. It is much more difficult in order to, say, grow a world tree inside the material plane. Yes, Vanix is the Lord of Nightmares, and we are in the realm of Arctis's pure thought, giving Vanix a unforeseen boost in power and ability. But severing this world tree root that connects Arctis's mind to the Nine Hells shouldn't have that many unforeseen consequences. No, I dare say it should not. Now, the book?
Swab's gonna look at Rain and be like, "Is that good enough? Are we gonna work on that?"
I mean, it's good to confirm. I mean, we were going to probably do that anyway, but I would say that's worth the knowledge of transforming into a chair.
Swab will gently toss the book to Faltrix.
Ah! He catches it. Wonderful. I will begin reading this one after reading chapter 56 of Chadamus.
Oh, and don't worry, there's nothing smutty in that one for you to read.
Oh, is there not? He looks slightly disappointed.
And then Seesaw's gonna kind of like, not take pity, but kind of be like, all right, it is a chair book, so there'll be some stuff in there about butts.
Oh, the rear end. Yes, the end of all things. But it's not really the end, it's more like the mid. Yes, it's not really the end, no matter how you cut it. If you start at the foot and go to the head, it's quite in the middle.
Sorry.
What?
Getting off topic again a little bit.
They will continue bantering like this until they are interrupted. Ah, yes. Why do they call it the rear end, anyway?
I believe we have one more introduction, actually, and then we'll be on our way.
No. Keep them busy for just a minute. I just had a great idea.
Well, that's fine. They have to impart some information for this last introduction, of course.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't exist right now. It's fine. It's fine. Wangdoodle sits down, pulls a hunk of wood out of his satchel, and grabs his woodworker's tools and starts to carve it into the shape of a book.
Oh, what is he doing? I do believe he is creating. Fascinating.
So, yeah, anyway, a tidbit of information from you about this place. Then I'm sure our friend here will introduce himself and maybe explain what the hell he's doing. I don't know.
Ah, yes, the final bit of information. Well, we've told you a little about the portal, Vanix, Lord of Nightmares, the Shadow Fae, those that he has brought with him. And I don't think we've gone into much detail about the Shadow Fae themselves. No, but I do think they would want to know about the Collector. Both of them kind of wrinkle their nose. Well, we'll see if this is palatable for them. Inside the Ice Library, which Vanix is currently inside, looking for something useful, well, we are not the only beings that have followed him through the portal. There is one inside, known as the Collector. But he does not collect books. No, he's more of a collector of... no, we call him the Curator. But he's more of a collector. Okay, well, he's a curator of souls. Yes, he does not wish to read about them and sit in the bask in ultimate knowledge. No, the curator merely wishes to make a museum of souls, put them on display, and bolster his standing amongst his fellow demons. Yes, the curator is quite cruel in that regard. He does not care for what he captures, just merely the interesting part of the souls. Yes, and if he captures the souls and puts them in his eternal museum within the 9 hells, you don't get to learn much about them unless you are told specifically by him. Not as good as books. Books anyone can access. Anyone can read freely if they have the desire to do so, but the curator, he puts the souls on display. You can only look, cannot learn, unless it is at his behest. Truly. Yes,
And
but the
he is unaffiliated with Vanix? He's just here on his own?
He is in loose cooperation. The curator does believe that, well, he gestures to all of the books that are sitting around, that all of these collections of novels that detail the history of every person within Arctis in great detail can be reformed together into a soul. and then put on display. He wants to take the books out of Arctis's mind, effectively eliminating all memory of them. Yes, and relinquish it to the 9 hells, in order for other demons to look upon them with bemusement, or a price.
And I assume he does not have a library card.
No. We don't particularly get along. Hence, well, why we are sitting outside in the cold.
Well, I suppose that's one more thing for us to deal with. I don't think that should stand. Do any of you?
Oh.
No, it is particularly cruel, in fact. In order to check books out of this library, you are removing the memory of them from existence. Yes, if they are removed from Arctis's mind, the memory of that person, or at least that chapter of their life, is removed as well. And if he gets the entire, series of novels that encompass one's life, he believes that denotes an entire soul. And, he just merely wants to put them on display, to collect them, not to gain their knowledge, just to bask in the glory of, stealing something. Yes, but the downside is that any book stolen from Arctis's mind, whether it is stolen, damaged, etc., etc., those memories change. If you destroy a book, those memories are lost forever. You tear out pages. It can alter the mind and memory if one is still living. It can even alter the memories of them that you had at one point. Yes, if any of your friends have perished along the way, and the curator have decided to take their books from the library, why, you would just merely not remember that they existed at all.
But he hasn't managed to escape with any yet.
No, but we do not know why.
Well, let's not find out.
Unfortunately, he clears his throat, I do believe he has damaged some of the books in his frustration. Yes, that may have altered your memory of the affected peoples inside. Or, even altered the course of their history. Oh, now I remember, Voltrix says, looking at Grabella. I think one of your books, at least some of the chapters that you have mentioned, have been damaged. Torn pages asunder, looking for a collection. May I ask, have you had any sort of loss of memory?
I mean, yeah, I assume I've been told it happens to all reborn, though.
They look at each other. And coincidentally, has that been since the introduction of the slow in Arctis? Yes, the antithesis of magic.
I don't know.
They think, according to our readings and studyings, the reborn are relatively new to the foundation of it's only appearing since the appearance of the slow. Yes, it is surmised that some of the books within the Great Ice Library have been damaged irrevocably by the slow, and would lead to, fractured memories. Loss, a feeling of loss, or even perhaps chapters that have been written and rewritten, edited, etc., etc. Do you sometimes feel like you are cobbled together like pieces of a book that are unrelated?
Yeah, but everybody just tells me that.
Well, they do not know the Ice Library's true nature. Yes, they do not know that it holds all of the memories of existence, what has existed upon Arctis, in great detail. I do believe, he pushes, Voltrix pushes his spectacles up on his nose, that some of the reborn that do return without memories, their fractured memories, are actually because their novels have been damaged, stolen, or irrevocably marred by the introduction of the slow. The introduction of the slow has weakened Arctis and allowed the demons a point of egress. Perhaps if you have fractured memories of your own and find your book within the expansive library, you might be able to piece some of it back together. Wouldn't that be nice? Yes, the loss of knowledge is a tragedy indeed. I hope beyond all hopes that you can find your memories. Because what are we, if not a compilation of everything we have learned in existence?
Yeah.
Cabela kind of scratches her head. She's still confused at this whole thing.
Let us hope the story of your life is undamaged. Well, and if you do happen to find the pages, maybe you could piece everything back together again. There is still hope, little one.
He just kind of nods and looks around.
Well, this has been a lovely exchanging of knowledge. Talking to Voltrix all the time tends to be quite boring, as we'd always love to read the books that one has finished.
Well, I suppose with that, Rain gestures to Wagdoodle. Are you ready? Are you still tinkering?
Oh, yeah, just 1 second. Sorry, I'm caught up on this idea of Grabella reading her own book of her own memories. Is there like some kind of weird like memory singularity thing where like she reads some memories and then all of a sudden she has the memories and then the pages come back and then she finds the pages again? And I don't know how this works.
Well, yes, that is exactly how that would work. If she finds her broken memories inside and she acknowledges them as her own, then her history and her memories would be rewritten. The book would change.
Well, then what's the point of finding the pages? Because the pages are going to be different at that point because she's found them. They're new memories. So what are we... And you can, like, Doodle starts visibly, veins pop out in his forehead.
Ray just, like, grabs him by the shoulders, like, gently massages. It's okay. It's all right, Wangdoodle. It's okay. It's
the young
okay.
one has discovered paradox.
Discovered paradox? That was a first-year class. I finished that one great.
Some novels have smaller side novels. Yes, but they all tell a story. A complete story. Sometimes it changes along the way. Sometimes you lose things. Sometimes you don't want to remember them. Or perhaps something is preventing you from knowing your story. We have not read your book, Grabella, so we do not know. Though, if you find out, we would love to hear about it.
Grabella just kind of does the, like, girl shrugging hands out. Gip.
You can always forge ahead. Disregard any of those memories of the past that you may or may not have, and write a new novel. Yes, it's like one of those, what do they call them? They choose your own adventure books. Yes, it tells you to go forward and backwards certain chapters depending on the choices that you make. Those are the interesting ones.
Yeah.
But I mean, in terms of paradox, like in your own book are your own memories about Grabella, so that means that there's going to be two different Grabellas, technically, if you go look at the two different books.
No, wait, dude, what are we doing?
Grabella just turns desperate to leave this conversation.
They started, I'm going to finish it, okay?
Wangdoodle, maybe you should introduce yourself so we can move on and, try to avoid further damage to books.
I
just,
feel my book
before
being
we
damaged
incur-
right now.
Before we incur more paradox.
That's not your book, Grabella. That's your current brain.
Same thing.
All right, fine. Wang Doodle stands up, though there's really not much of a difference, him being a kobold and all. Hi. William H. Wang Doodle. Sometimes called Whale Doodle, sometimes called William. Who knows what my real name is at this point?
Greetings, William H. Whale and or Wang Doodle. As we have introduced, I am Voltrix, and I am Voltrix. It is a delight to meet one in Rain's orbit. Her stories have been quite interesting and fraught with danger.
Yeah, that checks out to what I'm used to. Anyway, yeah, I have a little gift for you here. And Wang Doodle holds up his exquisitely carved, looks very much like a book that says Subterfuge Field Guide and looks like it has 10 segments of pages within the covers.
Oh, you have brought me a small sculpture. No, he has brought me a small sculpture. Look at it. It's hand-worked. You work so quickly. Here, come here. Bring Voltrix, the delightful book effigy. No. Bring Voltrix, the delightful book effigy.
Wang Doodle takes a step closer towards the portal. As he does, he feints as though he stumbles, grips onto the book, and as soon as he does, activates its empowered ability, turning him invisible.
What? Have we been tricked, Voltrix? I dare say this is what they call irony, Voltrix. But where did he go? Where's the book effigy? Why would he tease us in such a manner? Surely he will reappear and give me the book. No, he will reappear and give me the book. He just didn't want to make a show of having to choose. I'm sure he will reappear right at this location next to me, hand me the book effigy, proving me as the superior scholar. That doesn't prove anything. He just sat there and made that in about 5 minutes. Doesn't prove that you're a superior scholar. Just proves that perhaps he is more emotionally attached to you for some reason.
The book reappears at Rain's feet.
They just kind of like hiss. How could you choose her to receive the book effigy? This is not proper.
Oh no. Wang Doodle, what have you done?
Valtrix, dare say, do we need to prove who is the most researched scholar? It may come to this, Valtrix.
Rain's gonna step to the side.
Have you read The Diary of Dryad Smut, Volume 7? I have not, because you have been sitting on it for 100 days, Valtrix.
Rain gestures for everybody else. Let's go. Let's go ahead and get on out of here. We can let them settle this.
Did you know that dryads were commonly mistaken for the ancient and now extinct Arborians? Yes, but did you know the Arborians had a close and intimate connection with were-ravens? Well, of course I knew that, but did you know? And they continue like this, in a fight of, well, actually.
If anyone else would like to also disappear, you simply have to touch the book.
Well, actually, I also knew that the Arborians have artificial hearts, similar in that of a construct, and it can be removed, and the Arborian could potentially still be alive. Yes,
Over the psychic on to Coslow, see something. Let's go. Come on, let's go up the stairs.
Well,
come along.
Actually, and the two foxes continue bickering to each other in the actually demon battle.
What does the fox say? Turns out.
It says, well, actually.
Much stuff.
While they're busy debating with each other, Wangdoodle will then vortex warp the book out and back into his hand.
They do not notice.
So you may not have noticed that or realized, but both of those individuals are very powerful demons, actually.
I'm sorry, they lost my attention as soon as they started trying to debate ethics and being philosophical about a paradox.
I'm shocked that you would have this assessment.
Gazzo!
I stand by it, ethics class is really not needed.
So, really quick, when we get up here,
The
there's something
sounds of chanting grow considerably louder as you walk up the stairs. Rain, what
Whales
would
of the
you like to
Damned?
say?
Oh, well. So it sounds like Vanix is already here. So just in case anybody's curious, Vanix is a very powerful demon aspect of Tiamat herself. Lord of Nightmares, blah blah blah. Maybe made me go insane one time. Much to the amusement of everyone around. There was a lot of wacky hijinks and absolutely not at all horrifying or disturbing. And it sounded like there were maybe some kind of dark fae up here, which normally sounds like kin to me, but it sounds like, no, we're just going to have to murder the lot of them. I won't feel bad about it, and neither should any of you.
Alright, murder.
If they're here to cause harm to the Ice Library, then they deserve to be put to the sword.
Rain, as you say that and round the corner, you see this twig of the world tree that is pierced into the mind of Arctis. It looks, well, just like a tree, but with no leaves upon its barren branches, just a collection of snow. Surrounding the tree are 4 very large elven figures, probably around 7 or 8 feet in height. These Heralds of Darkness wear cloaks that look like they are spun out of the astral itself, glimmering with stars, expanse of the void. Each of them are quite lovely, in fact, and would be, well, considered beautiful in most circles. But their heads are leaned back, their eyes closed, their arms spread as they continue to chant, and you can see that some of these dead branches from the world tree are growing very, very, very slowly. They are not sprouting, just growing. Their chanting continues. It is loud, like a in discordant singing in an off-key pitch that makes the hairs on the back of your neck rise. The foul magics at play here are trying to resonate with the world tree in attempts to facilitate its growth. They do not seem to see you yet.
This is the point at which I defer to our artillerists in the party on how best to greet our guests.
Just fire right to the dome.
And we got a few options. How much stuff do we not want to destroy?
Well, we should not destroy any books that we find. Luckily, I don't see any up here. I think we need to sever that tree root regardless. As much as it might pain Arctis to do so, I think it is the right thing to do based off of what information we have. If we want to prevent anything from in here again.
So we're burning the Heralds of Darkness and the tree that they're standing around?
I'm alright with that if you are.
Yeah, fine with me. White Dude will just throw his cannons out real quick.
Actually, real quick, Christina, does the tree look familiar to Rain? Is this I can't remember its name, but the tree of death?
A tapio?
Yeah, or is it a different tree?
It is a different tree. For all intents and purposes, this one appears dead, but not in the same way as Tapio did. That one was still dead, but had some growth on it to show that there was a potential for life and renewal, that death is just a part of life. But this one seems entirely just sharp twigs, thorns, and branches.
All right, so it's nobody that Rain knows. Good enough for me.
No.
Grabella, you gonna come up here?
Kaza will also get out cannon. I think we're gonna go flame.
You can hear their voices amidst the chanting, discussing. We grow the world tree, piercing the plains. The 9 hells fuel your power. Come, Tiamat. Race of darkness. They still do not seem to hear you, as you are speaking within each other's minds.
Kaza will pull a massive fireball bomb out of his bag and just sort of look in the direction, like, kind of shrug a bit, like, do I throw it?
I would like for all of you to make me stealth checks, please.
Oh god.
Hey,
We will take the lowest result. Nice.
Bella,
What?
you want to use this book to get a little closer?
Amazing.
Classic.
Look at me being slightly stealthy for one. What am I doing with the book? Sorry, I have a massive headache today.
So the book that was carved in front of the foxes is storing the spell invisibility. So if you grab onto the book, it activates and will turn you invisible.
Okay. She will take it.
So, the lowest of you has rolled a 9. Let's see if the Heralds of Darkness can hear your approach as your footprints crunch across the freshly fallen snow. This one, the herald to the south, opens her eyes for a brief moment, seeing movement off to the side. My sisters, we are not alone. They stop chanting.
I can't see Gravella, but can we put invisibility on Gravella?
Sure.
I'm right next to you. Wait,
you
no,
were
I'm next
not
to your
showing up.
ballistas.
You were not showing up at all.
Oh, it's because you guys rolled stealth. I don't think you could see each other because some of you are marked with the invisible condition. But
yeah,
Grabella is. I will consider her invisible. But the rest of you are quite visible. We have guests.
Is Grabella now officially invisible?
She is very invisible.
Am I rushing in? Is that what's happening?
Have you come to facilitate the growth of the world tree? Surely your blood can be used to quench the root's thirst.
Oh, my dear cousins. Unfortunately, I think it's you who are going to be doing the bloodletting. Any time now, artificers.
Oh,
Then
yeah,
let
sure.
us dance. Your blood will feed the world tree. I'm gonna stop right there. Hey, it's Grabella, you're sneaking forward.
Sneaking forward a bit, yeah.
Sneaking. I need everybody to roll initiative for me. As I unpause the game.
Colin will be by 0.01?
Yeah.
Man's more dexterous than you.
Guess so.
Gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
I just love I have a piece of wood that turns people invisible. This is so much fun.
The stick of invisibility.
Originally, I was going to make it a book that says, you know, how to distract fools.
Yeah, was that
Why is it so loud? Sorry, chat. Wait, it's time to wake the fuck up.
Apparently.
Babe, wake up. New combat just dropped.
Come, sisters. Let us harvest their blood and nourish the roots. For some of you,
Oh my God, what is
there's some new UI. It's on the bottom of your screen. Hopefully, it will allow you to access your abilities and things a little bit faster.
Neat. Well,
You can decide to use that if you wish. You can access most of your spells, or you can use your character. It's up to you. But this should help you, facilitate combat a little bit faster. Let me know what you think after the game.
Right, I already like this. Just gotta get used to the UI.
Yeah, no problem. Feel free to take a second, look at it.
So I see in the top left above my little character photo, it looks like there's slots to put spells in.
Yeah, I think you can put things in there and adjust it. It is kind of new to me as well, so feel free and play with it, see what you think. If it doesn't work, let me know. Otherwise, the Herald of Darkness to the east ceases her chant as her arms drop to the side. She pulls a blade from her waist in a fluid motion that very much reminds you of rain, except her sword is made of pure shadow, wreathed in darkness and absorbing all of the light around it. Shall I cut them into tiny pieces, or leave them whole and screaming? She shrugs and begins to levitate off the ground just slightly, her feet barely touching the cobblestones below. Don't worry, she's wearing shoes, WoW players, so no feet lovers Alatas in the chat. And she will move her fly speed.
Oh no, they're fucking fairies! Real big fairies.
Yeah, they're about 7 feet tall.
that's fine. 7 foot tall fae, not a problem. 7 foot tall dragons, I'm not there.
Yeah. She will pass. Rain, you're up. One of the Heralds of Darkness draws her sword and floats forward. What do you do?
That is a good question. We will start with the tried and true blade song, I suppose. Using the handy dandy little hotbar. Zoom item use. Yes. Amazing.
Alright, Rain, you begin your blade song.
It did not.
So some of the temp effects are not working because some of the automations are broken because of the new update, so just keep an eye on things and you might have to roll your modifiers manually.
Sounds good. Let's see, I'll move on. Oh, sorry, Grabella. They bonk right into her. We can get to here. And we'll start with an insight check. Because we're a glutton for punishment.
Oh.
Hey, that's above a 10.
Okay, what would you like to know?
Oh man. I wasn't expecting this. Let's get how do they feel about psychic damage? Because if I remember correctly, the last servants of Vanix we fought did not like psychic damage.
They are you asking if they're vulnerable or if they are immune?
I'm asking how they feel about it, rather than like, can I ask that instead of like, hey, can I get a resistant or immunity? Can I just get like, how do they feel about this damage type?
No.
Does that play?
No. How do they feel about it? Like, that opens me up to lying. I don't want to interpret your question. That's evil.
Okay, are they vulnerable to psychic damage?
No.
Okay. We're just gonna attack. Which, is there a way to do that down here? Doesn't look like it. Okay. I don't want to use the ability. Okay, there we go.
And I believe you can drag and put things in your UI as well, but it's split up into actions, bonus actions, and reactions, so all of your actions should be on the left, like your some of your abilities, or the ability to disengage, dash, hide, shove, and then your bonus actions are in the middle, and then your reactions are on the right.
Okay. Oh, and I can drag and drop to some of the. Okay, replace some of these. I am just going to attack though. Sorry, I have to look up. I have to actually look up what the feature does because it's not part of the Blade Song feature and it's not adding it. For the damage. Okay, it's just +5. Cool. The damage.
That will miss with a swift swipe of her rapier. Your swords clash, and you hear mana flow making a very kind of pained noise in the back of your head. And she says, I'm okay, I'm okay. Wasn't prepared for the burst of shadow. And the Herald of Darkness swiftly parries your attack. You're going to have to do better than that, little elf.
We'll try it again. Not much better.
That will hit.
Okay. I'm gonna roll this, but it doesn't look like it is factoring in. Oh, weird. Hang on. Doesn't look like it's factoring in the psychic damage, but it's factoring in the blade song damage, even though it's not registering blade song. That's weird. Cool. So this is just 1d8 psychic. I'll save that off. Let's see if this works.
All right. As you parry the first attack, she leaves herself open. You slide your sword in for a quick slice across the ribs. The Herald of Darkness hisses and grabs at her armor, as instead of blood, just pure coagulated shadow drips out.
It didn't actually add the +5 there, so another +5 damage from the blade song.
Very
it was
good.
in the formula.
Yeah, none of the automations are working, so let's keep that in mind.
Yeah, it was part of the formula though, so I was trying to match the formula with what Jess was missing. So, but anyway, we're good now. Have it saved.
Sounds good. Is that all you have, little elf? I'm afraid it's going to take more than that to defeat a servant of Vanix.
For now, I think that's good. Yeah. Carry on.
1 second. Apologies. Use an ability here. As your blade cuts into the side of her ribs and shows just a bit of shadow falling out, the shadows suddenly sharpen and dart out towards your face. I will make that with disadvantage. Okay.
It's fine. Neither of them would have hit, so.
Very good. The small bits of needle-like shadow go whizzing past your face and land somewhere on the cobblestones behind you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that the best you've got? See, we can both play this game. It's rather trite.
Don't worry, sister. This one will double move. No, she will just go light speed. Right here. But she cannot retrain. Grabella, you're up. Grabella, you are invisible. The first attack you make will be with advantage.
Alright. I'm going to do this first. And we're gonna come right here. Sheet, please. I need you to work. And we're gonna start with oh god.
Oh yeah, burning hands. You gonna hit both of them?
Yeah. Alright, do I hit the DC 13 button?
Yep, go ahead. Oh, not for you.
Yeah, that rolled for me. That's what I was confused.
Oh, that's weird. They will make a DC 13 dex save. Yeah, some of the automations haven't caught up with the recent D&D updates, so I will make the DC 13 for the one on the top. She fails. The one on the bottom. That will succeed. The Herald of Darkness on the top will take. Grabella, give me the damage.
And I can calculate the 1d6 separately.
No, you can hit the damage button, then you just add that into the damage.
Is it the situational bonus?
Yep.
It is radiant damage though, so I would.
So you type in whatever the damage is. So it's like, well, how much damage is it? Like 1d6, 1d8?
Yes. 1d6 plus 6.
So you'll type in the 1d6 plus 6, and then you'll do bracket, and then just type in radiant. You'll see like how it says 3d6 fire. Just use that same formula. It would be 1d6 plus 6, and then bracket radiant.
I have no idea if that worked or not.
Did not work.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it. 10 radiant damage.
Alright, the top one did not save and will take full damage from the burning hands. She shrieks and throws a hand up over her face as you appear from nowhere, your invisibility dropping. Suddenly, she is engulfed in flames. She will take the full, 24 damage. Apply the 14 here. And another 10. And the one on the bottom, saved for half. She'll take 7 plus 10, which is 17.
No, great.
Grabella, you are no longer invisible.
You're gonna run up to this one and then start using.
Oh god.
Is it? There we go. Okay.
A 22 will absolutely hit. For 14 damage, as you swing the massive fishing hook on a chain, it slams into the side of the Herald's head, and she looks slightly dazed and pulls her hand back and flicks some of the shadowy blood onto the ground.
I don't think I'm gonna get this. Nope, yeah, not at all. That'll be my turn.
She's gonna use a reaction on you.
Okay.
An attempt to also flick needle-like bits of her shadowy blood directly into your face. A 15 will miss, and she too, the crystallized blood, goes flying off into the distance as you duck quickly. Grabella, does that end your turn with the 1 insight check?
Yes.
The Herald of Darkness that noticed you all first quickly moves forward. She will fly the 50 feet and attempt to attack Rain. You cannot survive here. We will commit your final thoughts to the tomes inside the library. For honor purposes, of course. The shadowy blade that she pulls from her hip sings as just like she was, chanting as she makes a wide arc towards Rain. Rain will a 21 hit.
Nope.
Okay.
We're 24 right now is the AC.
24? Alright. Instead, she sees that you are a formidable opponent and attempts to summon the shadows themselves to attack Rain. I will summon the majesty of the abyss itself. She, swipes at the blood that is on her friend, crushes it in her hand, and makes a crystal of pure darkness. As she bursts with infernal power, I will need both Grabella and Rain to make me a DC 17 con save. And if you want, you can click that button that's in the chat that just says DC 17 con save to do it automatically.
Does count as a magical effect?
It is.
Okay.
Rain, you succeed. Need Grabella's. Again, you can just...
She said she stepped away for a drink real quick, so I need to roll it for her.
I will roll it for her.
Easy.
Easy succeed.
Easy clap.
One moment. As the shadows begin to boil out of the wounded Herald of Darkness, those that fail the saving throw are blinded for 2 rounds, but those that succeed are only frightened for 2 rounds.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Grabella and Rain, you are frightened of the very southern Herald of Darkness for 2 rounds. You cannot move closer to her for really any reason. I will mark you both as frightened. A little bit. It only goes a little bit faster when I have the thing to do it myself, but...
Less of a
Kozlo.
saver, more of a sucker suck, huh?
Yeah. It's either blinded or frightened. Kozlo, you're up.
You're not gonna believe this. We fireballing.
Oh god. Oh, Rain, you're immune to fear, so you can remove that if you want.
Oh, thanks for reminding me of my own effect.
Ah! It burns!
Should have hit all 3 of those.
Alright, the top one will make a DC 18 dex save. Succeeds. The middle one will make the same save. Fails by 1. The bottom one also fails by 1. The top one will take half damage. Kozlo, roll me damage.
I have to remember what my arcane firearm adds. It's a different window.
1d6, I think.
I think it's a D8, but I could be wrong.
Totally double check.
It is 1D8. Okay.
D8. Guys, hit the damage button and your situational bonus, you just put 1d8 fire. Oh lord. Alright, 28 damage. The top one is the only one that saved, so she is going to take half of that. Fly. And the bottom 2 will take the full amount of damage. Nope, I did not say to do that. The updated... Why are you doing that? Updated automation things are being a little bit wonky. I apologize.
Are we at the point where we get to blame Watsy?
No. Unfortunately, it's all module authors trying to catch up with the new updates.
Can we blame them anyway?
You can.
Alright. God damn it, Watsy.
Thanks a lot, Watts.
Going in with the flamethrower.
Trying to. I don't know if it actually reaches.
I put that template down and see if you can get it from the tip of the flamethrower to one of the heralds. You should be able to hit one of them. At least this one. On the bottom.
That kind of looks like it hits.
Yeah, it definitely hits. It's got the bottom right corner lit up.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Are you waiting for me to make a save, or?
I don't know because a bunch of the other buttons didn't appear, so I think it's all unless you have the option to save with it.
I do not. So each creature takes 3d8 fire damage, half of that on a dex save. Okay, so she'll make a dex save. What's my DC, Kozlo?
That's a great question.
Probably just the same. 18.
Probably.
Let me look at your magic real quick. Should say for the bottom. Spell DC 18. Oh yeah. She fails with a 14. Oslo, give me 3d8 fire damage. Alright. The Herald of Darkness on the bottom, suddenly engulfed by flames, again throws her hand up in front of her face. Why is it always fire? And just blah. They'll kill your little machines last. Kozlo, anything else? Okay, one crit insight check, please. You can know 2 things.
I guess let's just. Do they have a spell that we haven't seen yet?
They do. I can only link this in the chat. The Herald of Darkness can destroy any wooden, leather, copper, iron, or paper object by touching it as a bonus action. Don't let your cannons get too close to her. She will instantly destroy it.
That's rude. I guess just health bar on the bottom one then for the other thing.
All right, very good. One moment, please. She appears quite singed after taking a fireball and a flamethrower blast to the face.
Alright.
Cannon's done his turn. Swab, you're up.
Ready. I can only see others 4. Okay. Alrighty. Swab is going to actually.
Okay! We're doubling down on the insight checks today. Swab, you can do 2 things.
Alrighty. Are they vulnerable to lightning?
They are immune to lightning.
Oh. And then, is there a spell we haven't seen yet?
Yes. One moment. The Heralds of Darkness can turn into shadows themselves. They become incorporeal. Give me a second. I'm not giving the full description. A Herald of Darkness can become incorporeal as a shadow as a bonus action. In its form, it has a fly speed of 10 feet, and it can enter and occupy spaces by other creatures. It gains resistance to all non-magical damage, has advantage on physical saves, and can pass through any gap opening. It can't attack, interact with physical objects, or speak. It can return to its corporeal form as a bonus action.
We are going to cast Tidal Wave. Right down the line.
Oh, shit. Just straight down that line. Alright.
I guess I have to do a dex save. DC 14 dex save first for all 3.
Alright, we'll start with the top one, DC 14 Dex. She fails.
So she'll take 12 and go prone.
Okay, middle one. DC 14 Dex save. She will succeed.
Take 6.
The bottom. She will also fail.
12 and prone.
Alright. 12 and prone for the top one. I'll mark her as prone in a second. 6 in the middle. 12 and prone on the bottom. I have to find prone, hang on. Prone. Starts with a P. Swab, as you send a massive wave of water from north to south, the ones in the front and the ones in the back gain the brunt of it. They go from having their toes barely touching the ground to having their toes kicking up in the air as they flip like a top. The one in the middle, however, avoids most of this watery disturbance.
That will end my turn.
The North and the South Heralds both look a little battered. Wangdoodle, you're up.
Oh no, wait, I'm not ready.
Too bad.
Right. Okay, well, luckily this is gonna be easy. We're gonna go ahead and shuffle one of the cannons up real quick. Alright, that's as far as that's gonna go. And you know, Coslow made this look like such a good idea earlier that you know we just gotta. The best thing for a fireball is another fireball, right?
Oh god.
Exactly. Fireball loves company, I think is the phrase.
That is what they say. Another fireball enters the fray. We're gonna make a DC 18 Dex save, starting at the top. Herald of Darkness saves by 1. The middle herald will fail. The one on the bottom will also fail. Wangdoodle, give me damage.
Does the one at the top have disadvantage for being prone on dex saving throws?
You're right. I'm gonna make it again. We'll take the lower of the two.
I tried, Wang Doodle.
Close.
You know,
Close.
not for nothing. That was a good shot.
All right, Herald of the Darkness on the top is going to take the half of 27. Quick math. 14. Can't think today.
It would be 13 and a half, rounding down would be 13.
And then we had 2 fails. All right, so the 2 on the bottom are going to take 27 damage. Apparently it's Oops All Fire Day as the Heralds of Darkness suddenly look a little less confident as they are bombarded by the artificers throwing fireballs. And turns out they aren't immune to fire. It's singeing their cloaks and sending motes of starlight exploding behind them, like little cosmic gas balls exploding in space. They were not prepared for this. Wang Doodle, you still have both of your force ballistas.
Yeah, I think there's one more hiding back there that I can. Yeah, am I right? Am I seeing one back there?
There is still one more Herald of Darkness. Way back there. She has not taken her turn yet.
Okay. Let's start with the cannon closest to me, because I think I might accidentally knock him out of range otherwise.
Oh god. Oh yeah, if you click your cannon and hover over another target, it'll show you the distance between them. Real quick, it's 105 feet away right now.
No, the cannon closest to me is, I believe it says it's 120 feet from that cannon.
It is 120 feet.
So we're gonna start with that one.
Alright, we're gonna blast anyway! Opening with the crit. Alright, Wang Doodle, give me the full critical force blast damage. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god! 30. She hasn't even entered combat yet. Do you want to knock her back 5 feet?
Yes.
She just gets blasted out of her chant. What the? How in the 9 hells?
You interrupted her TikTok dance. How dare you?
Watch out, I'm gonna do it again.
I'll fucking do it again.
I will fucking do it again. Almost another crit, but not quite. 18 will still hit. Alright, not as impressive as the previous crit, but still takes 6 force damage. Do you want to knock her back another 5 feet?
I would love to knock her back another 5 feet.
She gets knocked back to the base of the steps, and as she is not floating like her sisters, kind of stumbles a little bit, ripping her fingers into the cold and icy ground. Snarls.
Oh, look at that. You must have been doing your spell wrong. What happened to you?
I will kill you.
I'm going to attempt to insight the one that decided to break dance and not take the fireball damage, because I took that personally.
Okay, alright. Let's see it.
Oh, this is not going to go well.
Classic breakdancing elves. Nope. Solid 1, sir.
This is Infest all over again.
Does that end your round?
Yeah, that'll be it for Wang Doodle. I don't got a clue what's going on here.
And the Force Ballista troop. Alright, the Herald of Darkness was knocked back 10 feet. Tries to figure out, let's see, how far she can move. We're gonna go... Yeah. Start with this, 45, 50. Are we gonna double move? We are double moving. 75. We're gonna go another 25. Right here, right behind Rain. She flies over, soaring over Rain, and lands behind her, and you hear the shadowy blade loosen from the scabbard. You may have burned my sisters, but I am no fool.
It's not what I saw happen.
The Herald of Darkness, start of the round, round 2. She will get up from prone, spending half of her movement. And she's going to attempt to attack Grabella with her shadowy blade.
Is that the right one? The one in front of me is the one that's glowing.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, she will still attempt to attack Grabella. She is adjacent to her.
Hi, Starbuck. You are not helping me. Being attacked. You can't see.
Like, look at me instead.
Swinging in a wide arc. I do believe a 27 will beat your AC, Grabella.
Yeah, just a little.
The sword wreathed in shadows finds purchase in Grabella's flesh. Grabella, you are going to take 25. Let me just double check the damage type here real quick. It is just straight up slashing. You are raging, so that's going to be halved. Grabella, you are going to take 12 damage. And you'll have to do that manually. Again, you can right-click your token and then do minus 12. You are responsible for your own HP.
Go.
Very good, very good. And let's see. And she, instead of using her Majesty of the Abyss, as Grabella is already frightened, at least by the one to the south, she will opt to slice again with her shadowy blade. Grabella, I do believe a 19 beats your armor class by 1.
Just by 1, yeah.
The blade bites into your flesh. For 20 damage to Grabella, you will take half from that, so you take 10. Wisps of shadow begin to come up from your the wounds in your body. They do not stitch it shut. They fester and sting like poison. Rain, you're up.
Okay. We're going to attack this one that's prone next to us, because I think we get advantage for that.
Sure do. She's trying to get to her feet, looking up at you and snarling. Just give me a moment.
And we'll throw a green flame blade in, because we can.
Okay, a 25 will hit. You stab the rapier directly into her shoulder and finds that it sinks quite deep into her flesh.
So this will be 2d8 fire on top.
Woof!
And an extra 2d8 fire to the one right above, because she's within 5 feet, or 7 fire damage for this one.
Okay.
Green flame blade.
The Herald of Darkness, that is currently to the south. You stab your rapier, instead of the shoulder, actually, straight between her eyes. Her jaw goes slack, and her entire body begins to dissipate into wisps of shadow. The one in the middle, as the green flame jumps from the dead shadows to her friend, singe, and again boil away the shadows, and they disappear like flakes of ash. Continue.
We'll attack with our second attack. We'll hit this one here in the middle. Maybe not so much.
Again, she parries your strike with her blade, mocking you the entire time. Do you think I was such a poor opponent that I'd let such a clumsy strike hit me?
Well, you did previously, and so did your sister, so yeah, I kinda did. Bonus action, we will cast our Quicken Mind Sliver. We'll follow left click or press target, right click. So like that? Oh, no, okay. Have to hit the checkbox.
Alright, she will make a DC 20 int save. Oh, it's so high.
Oh,
That's not good. Oh lord. She is afflicted by the Mind Sliver and takes 5 damage, clutching her head as the dissonant whispers enter her mind.
Oh no, what's wrong?
Oh, what are you doing?
Oh dear, are you okay? Just kidding, I don't care. She also has minus 1d4 on her next saving throw. So get 'em, artificers.
Oh, alright.
I'll throw an insight check in case I can get a health bar, I guess. Nope, JK.
Nope.
Get 'em, boys.
The Herald of Darkness up top will float ever so slightly around Grabella, surrounding her and gaining a flanking bonus. She'll swing her shadowy sword, seeing that Rain is immune to her fearful banshee-like shrieks. Hopefully, they can turn you into a shadow yourself. The blade whispers through the air. She attacks with advantage. Grabella, that will hit your AC by 1. Grabella, you will take half of 13, which is going to be rounded up for NPC damage. We'll say 7 damage for you, since you are currently raging. And she will swing again. Oh, double 3s. She whiffs. You duck below the second slash of her shadowy sword as you can hear it coming like whispers in a forest at night. You can hear her growling behind you in frustration. Grabella, you're up. You are no longer frightened because the frightened person is dead.
Hell yeah. Alright. We're going after Missy Miss here.
That'll hit.
And then plus. Oh god, I hadn't copy pasted what. Oh no, I copy pasted any other things.
Oh no!
Hold on. I need to roll my 1d6 plus 6.
Apply the initial 16.
8 radiant on top.
God. There's a audible sizzling as the radiant damage hits the shadow elf. Her wounds that have already been opened sizzle like a vampire in the sun. Ah!
And we go again. Ooh,
that'll
so close to a
hit.
crit.
Oh my god, that's huge.
Oh, hell
Oh my
yeah.
god. Grabella with
We
two
chonking now.
mighty swings of the soul hook. You bash it into her skull, just boom, boom! And the herald, leaking shadow from the ears in her fractured skull, falls limp at your feet.
In which case, we are going to turn to this one. A spike.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah! Oh no. She deflects your shoulder charge, again with a slight parry of the blade deflecting you, just barely off to the side.
Oh, that was a miss then.
Yep.
Boop. Okay. There you go.
11 will definitely miss. Anything else you'd like to do with your round, Grabella?
That will be it.
Oslo, you're up. Some of the Heralds of Darkness have already begun to fall, dissipating into flakes of shadowy ash.
I mean, I'd love to just fireball again, but I don't think I'm gonna. At least because I do kind of want to save some of those spell slots. So I think we will firebolt. Okay. We'll firebolt this.
That's a crit! That's a crit!
Get it.
This is gonna hurt. Oh my god! 60-10 plus 2d8. 37 fire damage. She looks up at Rain, snarling at her for killing her sisters. Rain, you just hear as the firebolt arcs over your shoulder, disintegrates whatever is left of this Herald of Darkness's head as it goes up entirely in flames, shrieking. She too dissipates into ash that floats away on the wind along with the snowflakes. Why you gotta burn my witches?
We found a witch. May we burn her?
More burning.
More burning! DC 16 dex save, she fails.
Doesn't look like I have the button for the damage, so I have to roll manually.
Alright, give me 3d8. 12 damage, the last remaining Herald of Darkness tries to swing her sword at the flamethrower to deflect the fire, but to no avail. It washes her and her astral cloak in a wave. Anything else you'd like to do with your round, Kozlo? What would you like to know?
Let's get that health bar.
Okay, one health bar.
Apparently hitting insight rolls today.
Always the eepy, gleepy, sleepy man hitting the insight rolls. He's not going to remember any of this.
No, it's all. Yeah.
Kozlo, does that end your round?
Yes.
Swab, you're up.
Alrighty.
Oh, is Eldritch Blast making its debut?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
See the little like range spell attack gets target.
Yep, hit that attack button. That'll hit! Almost a crit.
Hey, 50-50 shot of it being a crit, right?
50-50. 8
Either
on
it
the
happens
1
or
to
it
10.
doesn't.
Channeling Asriel, you beseech your patron for just a little bit of dark power. Perhaps your shadowy damage will be effective against these shadowy elves. It turns out it is. The eldritch blast arcs across the sky, making a very satisfying crackling sound that sounds like dark lightning. Hits her on the shoulder, not as effective as the tidal wave, but still causes her to pause, turn around, and glare at you. You dare use the power of shadow against me?
Boy, I'm better at it than you.
We'll see about that.
Your sisters are dead, and you are dying, and you still want to talk?
She glances around. Your words do hold true. The rest of her sisters burned in a combination of multiple fireballs and firebolts. But she seems more offended about being damaged by shadow than anything else.
What's the guy's name? I already forgot. I'm sorry.
Vanix?
Vanix, thank you. Tell us how we can get rid of Vanix and where he's at, and maybe we let you live.
You're too late. Vanix has already found his way into Arctis's mind. And soon enough, Arctis will succumb to the nightmares.
Are you sure you don't want to give us something better? This will be painful, and it will hurt.
Go into the Ice Library and see for yourself if the Ice Library's defenses won't kill you first.
I'm going to use... that's not what I meant to click. That's the wrong thing. I'm going to do on this thing, so I'm just going to do it the fashion way. I'm going to spell Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Classic double Eldritch Blast. That'll hit. Oh, a 10! Alright, full damage.
Are you sure this is the way you want to do this?
You have no intention of letting me live. I've already told
he
you.
has a point.
I've already told you where Vanix is. I will fight you to my dying breath.
Okay, well, that shouldn't be too much longer from now, so...
Yeah, can we hurry that along, please, with the dying breath part? We got places to be.
T-Swab, does that end your round?
Oh, my turn, yeah.
Wang Doodle, you're up.
We're gonna forego using magic here. Well, I say that. Wang Doodle pulls out his rifle and decides to use the School of Gun. And as the chamber opens, a spark of slow infused magic forms a round that goes into the chamber, locks it, aims, and shoots at this Herald of Darkness.
Oh my.
So I pull out my gun?
I pulled out my gun!
Yes.
Anyway, I
gun
started
can
blasted.
Would you like her to make a wild magic roll? Oh, it misses though. If you hit her, she'll make a wild magic roll.
Does that count as an ability check?
An attack roll? No.
Yeah. I was like, oh, if only I could Flash of Genius that. That'd be great.
I've become smarter at shooting.
Alright, well, that was a warning shot. That's fine. Need to recalibrate the sights. These won't miss, though.
Yeah, get warned.
Get warned. Oh, another warning shot. This one arcs over the shoulder. Rain, you see a force blast go dangerously close to that Nine Hells connected world tree. Oh, Wang Doodle. They're all warning shots. Yes, I've been warned.
I'm gonna be honest, I thought these were calibrated for, not extreme distance. They have not really needed to move.
But are you going to calibrate what you're going to do after I pull your intestines from your stomach and stuff them in your mouth?
I'm very confused about how you think that process is going to work, but you should probably just give up now, honestly.
This lady flirts weird.
I'm not really feeling it, you know?
She's about to flirt with my hook in her head. Come back here.
Whoa, hang on. This is a family-friendly combat. You calm down with that kind of language.
It's weird.
This is giving very like It's Always Sunny vibes of like the one straight character trying to keep it together and the group just being like, yeah, we'll get to your issues in a second.
I just want to do a murder.
Wangdoodle, does that end your round?
Yes.
The most thoroughly warned.
So
Herald of
warned. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the initiative order, the Herald of Darkness will use a bonus action and touch the Eldritch Cannon that is to the south of her. It turns to rust and disappears. Wangdoodle, she has destroyed your ballista. But don't worry, you can summon another one.
Technically, that was
on you. That one wasn't mine.
Fucked up.
He gives me the option for a deck save. Is that a thing?
Oh, you know what? I will allow your cannon to possibly do a deck save. Hang on. Let me put cannon back.
Does the cannon acknowledge it as a good pet or a bad pet?
Is it the Zoomy boy?
Is the Zoomy boy, but
Zoomy Boy does not get bonuses, so he can attempt the DC 16 save. Let's see it. Misses by 1.
Wait, hang on.
Oh,
Hang on.
What?
Hang on.
Flash of
You
genius.
bring that back.
Is he Flash of Geniusing?
I'm gonna genius the shit out of this place.
No! my flamethrower destruction.
No.
Alright, you add 5 to the dex save, bringing it to 20. She reaches out with gnarled fingers and attempts to just barely caress the lip of the flamethrower that's still hot. And it just kind of flattens itself into the ground.
it literally like just legs straight out, like it's doing the splits. Ducks underneath it.
She lets her hand go by and turns. She's going to fly towards Swab. Rain, would you like to take an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's see it.
Yeah, it's my turn next anyway, so I get it back. No reason not to.
Oh, that'll hit.
That's my top formula. There we go.
She turns her back to you, Rain. A fatal mistake. As she begins to fly towards Swab, let's see how deep Mana Flow cuts. Oh, 19 damage slicing through her star-infused cloak. She still lives, hissing as more shadow boils out of her wounds. She will fly towards Swab.
I assure you that's not going to end well for you, cousin.
I have to send something back to the Nine Hells with me. How about I take your little shadow-wielding bird friend with me?
Oh god, it's gonna kill Swab again!
Do you have some timeshare properties in house that you need sold?
She swings her shadow-wreathed blade. Come then. Come with me to the Nine Hells. You think you know the abyss. Swab, I believe a 23 will hit.
I guess a 23 will hit.
Hit me.
She wants to discuss real estate with you.
She slices into your jacket, wounding you for 13 points of slashing damage. And she's gonna do it again. Swab, you will have to track your hit points manually. Yeah? Would you rather see the majesty of the abyss or the end of my blade? That will miss, as Laryl's protective gear causes the rapier to quickly slide off. What? She seems startled, even, that you have the defenses that you have.
I think I speak for all of us. We're all startled. Is that the first time C-Swab's ever not been hit by an attack roll?
Yes, it is the very first time.
He's inside.
Holy shit!
I'm inside the defense thing. That's why
The cannons. Yeah.
I don't think that matters, though, guys. Like, I think we need to buy a cake.
You wear
Congratulations, you dodged.
I'm just gonna hit her with the, sometimes if you stare too long into the abyss stares back.
You wear the desiccated husk of the Arborians, thinking that it'll protect you. I will.
Seems like it did, just for the record.
Rain, top of the round, round 3, you're up.
Oh, hey, it's my turn. What's up, Swab?
What's up? This magic user is not that good. Like,
Well, I mean,
Come, sister. You want to be the one to send me back to the abyss.
I sort of do. But also, you've kind of walked right into a flank, you understand? Kind of feel like you did this yourself.
Vanix will consume your nightmares. That'll hit.
We're gonna throw our green flame blade into this one, cause we can.
Solid.
Just won't have the AoE effect. Oh my gosh!
Rain, this will kill the final Herald of Darkness. What do you do?
We thrust mana flow into her abdomen, and then we just push all the way up and out the throat.
I'll see you else.
Unlikely.
She's probably just gonna be like, if you need lakefront property, let me know.
Okay, C-Swab might meet you in hell to discuss real estate. Bye!
Her body dissipates into shadowy flakes, mixing with the snow that is gently falling around you. And soon enough, there is not a massive 7-foot-tall elven woman hanging off your blade, just flakes of ashy shadow.
Do they leave anything behind?
I really want one of their cloaks.
They didn't have cool cloaks.
They do not. Everything is small piles of black ash that seems to meld with the shadows around you.
I fucking hate fairies. Doesn't matter if they're 2 feet tall or 7 feet tall. They fucking suck.
Yeah, Grabella is just kind of doing a little check around to see if we missed anyone or anything.
I really want one of the cloaks.
Rain, I'm going to name a new theory after you. We're going to call it Rain's Theory.
Grabella, as you walk near the tree, you swear you hear screaming.
This tree is yelling at me.
You were saying Wangdoodle theory after me. Go on.
Yeah, Rain's Theory. The more one decides to talk shit, the greater propensity one will get hit.
That's a pretty sound theory. I do talk a lot of shit, though.
Yeah, that's why it's a theory, not a law.
I really want one of the cloaks.
Yeah, that's why it's a theory, not a law.
I really want one of the cloaks. 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 I really want one of the cloaks.
This
Raven's
tree
gonna
is
look at this
yelling.
tree.
The
It hurts
gnarled,
my head.
the gnarled, ashy gray tree stands before you. Normally, if you were walking up to this tree, you would look at it and think it was damaged in a fire, barely holding on with weakened branches that threaten to fall at any moment. But it stands strong. As you look closer, sap is oozing out of it, a sign of life. But is it black and ichorous and foreboding, and does not smell sweetly of pine tar, but it smells like corruption, coagulation. As you all get closer, you hear screaming. Screams of thousands of tortured souls simmering in the abyss as the roots of the tree are connecting with the 9 hells, being nurtured off of the torment. As you stand around it and gaze upon it, the screams become louder. I need everybody to make me a wisdom save, please.
Oh god.
I'm very good at those.
You and me both. Oh.
I'm very good at those.
Wow!
Good.
Oh,
Good damn it.
Wangdoodle.
Wangdoodle.
Oh, Grabella, no! Wangdoodle and Grabella.
Can we borrow some of your wisdom, guys?
No, I need all of it.
Both of you are
I'm ready
considered
for
to
the roller
be
coaster.
frightened of the tree. You cannot get closer to it, as the screams of the damned are echoing throughout your head, filling your brain with torment. It is too creepy, too eerie to to get closer to. And even trying to find the willpower to take one of the branches to experiment on is too much for you to consider. The doors to the ice library linger to the north. Those look much nicer, much safer than this hellish tree.
And try to burn it.
I don't know if burning it's going to do much good right now, Coslow. So
I'm gonna
Try
go to
to-
these stairs.
I would suggest not expending too much energy on it. If you just want to experiment, use something that you can afford to miss later, if we have 2 demon lords still to deal with inside.
Yeah, I just make the. I'm not gonna do a voice right now. I'm like struggling to stay awake. I just make the cannon spray it.
All right. The cannon.
I could most certainly use the powers of my cannon to
Oh no, we've
attempt
reached
to ignite the tree.
Oh my god.
Coslow as you
Jesus,
command your
tree.
flamethrower to move forward. The flame belches over the trunk of the tree. The sap that is oozing out of it bubbles and pops, as you would expect sap to do. But the rest of the tree is not singed. It is forged in the fires of the 9 hells, ones that burn even hotter than the Arcanist's fire that you wield. And although the sap now smells like pungent and burning corpses, the tree is unharmed.
Well, all right, my companions. That certainly seems to have done fuck all.
I like this door.
All right, to the door for now.
Hold the door.
Hold the door.
The doors to the Great Ice Library will have to be opened next week. It's 9 o'clock, and the session is over. You have defeated the Heralds of Darkness that are attempting to grow the roots of the World Tree into the 9 hells in order to feed upon its power and gain access to Arctis's mind. But the growth has stopped, and hopefully, inside you will find a way to both destroy Vanix and this twig of the World Tree that is piercing through the plains. That is all for today. I know you all are very tired. Thank you super much for joining me, even though you had a long trip. For the rest of you, more Ice Library to come next week.
Yes.
Yay.
Thank you all. Yay, we joined everybody was here. White Doodle was here for the whole session. Yeah!
And we kicked
Did it.
ass.
I survived a melee attack.
You did!
Swab survived a melee attack.
One time. All right. Good night.
All right.
All right,
Good night,
y'all.
everybody. Have a good evening.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Hello, chat. Hi. How are you doing? What's up, chat? Thank you again early for the raid, dear. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Cedra, thanks for hanging out. Bree, baby, what's up? Thanks for always joining. Appreciate you. Nukiyashi, what's going on? Goose, what's up? And hey, first-time chatter, only exception. Actual role-playing, and they're good at it, too. Thank you. We play on Foundry VTT. I use a pretty heavily modded version of it. Love playing on Foundry. We're just kind of in between version 12 and waiting for some of the more popular modules to update. So the combat was a little bit slower today, but otherwise went pretty well. Thank you, Goose, for telling people to subscribe and like. Thank you. We are a small D&D channel. We love to roleplay. And you can catch all of our VODs at the following. Whoa. Thanks for watching, everybody. Full VODs are on YouTube at Arctis DD. We also trim them down into shorts and funny moments over on Play Arctis on Twitter and TikTok. You can give us a follow there and keep up with when we go live. We are currently scheduled for Mondays at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific. And I'm your DM, Zarina. Hey, hi, you like the stream? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, 2020. What you caught was amazing. Appreciate you. Am I a forever DM? I am. I am a forever DM. We are about 5 seasons into Arctis right now. This is a really big season for them, as they have been attempting to gain access to this area inside the world's mind for about 5 seasons now. So this is where the story is really getting hot. I hope you'll be able to join us as they discover what is in the Great Ice Library. Thank you. Thank you for chatting with us. Hope you have a fantastic night. Thank you for joining us. You often laughing at the shorts aloud? Thank you. We try and pick the really juicy moments. And sometimes, you know, we have a dramatic session. We don't have a lot of jokes. And sometimes we have a lighthearted sessions. How it goes. Does everybody have to be on the same version of Foundry to play together? No, because they just play on my version of Foundry, and for all of my players, it's totally free for them to play. They just hop on their browser and connect with my server. So they don't have to worry about all the technical back-end stuff. That's all just for me. The loud twitch of the Final Fantasy victory. Oh my gosh. I didn't know it was gonna get so loud. But thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for the new follows. Greatly appreciate you all. And I hope to see you all next Monday. Have a great evening. Oh yeah, I should raid. Let's take a look. Let's see where we're gonna go today. I know, so normally I would raid one of my players. Kozlo streams on Twitch as well as a Devil Lore, but I do believe he's going to bed. Let me just double check what we got going on here, and I'll send you guys somewhere nice. How does that sound? Oh! Let's see, anybody? We are gonna raid my friend Octopimp. Octopimp's a great friend of mine. He's not currently a player, but he's a fantastic person. He's playing TCG Card Shop Simulator. Great game. We're gonna do that. Give him a follow, and I hope you join us again next Monday. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening, and I'll see you next time.
keep gambling, well, you